Welcome, my friends, to another edition of Conspiracy or Conspiracy. We talk about everything from UFOs to UAPs to the Illuminati, deep state politics, things that go bump in the night. And today I am joined by my good friend, Drew Taylor, aka Supreme Heretic. Welcome, my friend.
Oh, gosh, we are going to get into some of that deep state politics because, boy, we have a very, very, very interesting topic tonight. Oh, and there is some evidence to support it too, and that is, I think, what may be the most disturbing thing that is a part of this, actually. But it's not something that we're entirely surprised by, and I think that's disturbing as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much about as out in the open as it possibly can be at this point. If you're not seeing it at this point, maybe you're either part of it or hey, you just I don't know, maybe you've had a lobotomy recently. It's pretty obvious to me.
Yeah. I mean, for anybody that really hasn't been breaking it down and paying attention, look, it's plain to see that what you can clearly read between the lines and point out, even if you're somewhat of a skeptic, you can see that Joe Biden is indeed a figurehead, and one that may not even be in full control at all. Odds are the man isn't in full control, and Harris is probably pulling the strings.
Do we really think it's Harris that's pulling the strings?
Well, I think the deep state's pulling the strings. I think the shadow government is pulling the strings. But
I would have to agree with that assessment.
But I think she's got a little bit of sway, but they're waiting in the wings for her to be the queen of everything. But for now, there's some very compelling evidence. We've seen the videos come out on Twitter. Very, very sketchy situations with what appears to be green screen. So it's almost like these simulated trips that he's taking on Air Force One, and then the real trip he took on Air Force One, which literally was a trip. And that was rather comedic and very pathetic, and all at the same time. But the two instances that I'm concerned about, like there's one piece of video I know where you can see the top of his head actually start to disappear.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Via the green screen. And then there was the crazy instance with the microphones.
That one I saw.
In the other video. And then I believe there was even another one before that. But you have all this evidence popping up, folks. So, ask yourself, is part of this presidency simulated? And it all goes back into the larger picture of, he was never going to be in charge anyway. He's a Manchurian candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And people knew that.
Literally.
But now, you're getting the clear evidence. And these are fuck ups that they don't want you to see. It's just, technological snafus, or maybe somebody that is a patriot behind the scenes is doing it to maybe expose it. But
so you think you think that it's not an accident, that it's a patriot behind the scenes that is that's kind of floating that out there so we can see it.
Could be. It's feasible. Not every single person that works for a news organization, or the state-run media, as we like to call it, It's not entirely implausible that there aren't some patriots behind the scenes. They may not reveal themselves, they may not reveal their political leanings publicly, but as Grumpy Gamer's mentioning it right here, there's too many coincidences with all these things happening, because these are all separate instances that he's mentioning, and the clips are there to prove it. So you kind of have to wonder, are people kind of trying to help expose it in their own way? Or it could be complete, it could be just equipment hiccups. But whatever it is, it's definitely exposing it. Not to a large degree, but for anybody that has a fairly, even just a little bit of a trained eye, you can see.
Well, thankfully, the fact checkers are on the job, Drew. They're here to tell us exactly what's happening.
Oh, gosh, of course.
Yeah. I don't know. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go Reuters or PolitiFact?
Whichever you like, sir.
I've looked at the Reuters one. Let's check out the PolitiFact one. So this is interesting. I hate this new share feature, the way they're doing the share on on StreamYard now, by the way.
Yeah. Grumpy Gamer. The thing with that is I would love to see a Putin v. Biden debate, because, oh God, Joe Biden would get dragged. It wouldn't even be close.
And, that's if they had it in English. I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to see, I'd like to see them throw down. I'd like to, probably be over pretty quickly, I imagine.
Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely.
So let's see. Let's get into this here, because this gets kind of interesting. PolitiFact stated on March 17th, 2021 in a YouTube post, and it doesn't seem like they're citing where that came from. Video shows Joe Biden faked an interview in front of a green screen. No, Biden didn't fake an interview in front of a green screen.
Of course they say that.
Yeah. On March 16th, President Joe, the current executive office holder of the United States was walking to an awaiting helicopter on the White House grounds when he briefly stopped to talk to a group of reporters, some holding boom mics. Do you have any plans to travel to the southern border? A reporter asked. Biden said. He answers another question about COVID-19 vaccines and then walks on. The moment is unremarkable unless you've been misled to believe the whole thing is a fraud, that the interview was fake and the president was acting in front of a green screen. A YouTube video that has been viewed by more than 500,000 times is among the many social media posts to spread this false claim. Titled, Biden Fakes Interview, Green Screen Fails, the post alleges that the reporters were not there because of how Biden's hands appear in relation to the microphones. This post was flagged as part of Facebook's efforts to combat false information and misinformation on its newsfeed. YouTube uses two clips of Biden talking to reporters. One clip is from The Hill, the other is from the Washington Post. Around the 9-second mark in The Hill's video, Biden's hands appear to move in front of the microphones, as if they weren't there. I believe they moved through the microphones, but that's neither here nor there. There's no denying that it looks strange, but it doesn't prove he's talking in front of a green screen. What? What? Seriously, man, these fact checks are really getting hilarious.
It is. It is.
So, don't believe your eyes, folks, when you see that, well, we're gonna have to, we'll show it in a second. I know our audience probably has viewed it, but for anybody watching that hasn't seen it, we're not pulling it out of our derrieres here, people. This this is real. Let me get to the chat here briefly.
Hail RR.
Hail RR, welcome, my friend.
And of course, hail Parrothead. Hail Grumpy Gamer.
Absolutely. So RR says Bribin makes Gerald Ford look like a nimble cat.
Yes. Hail LDG.
Hail LDG Pixels. Welcome, my friend. I did paste your tags into the video, so that'll be interesting to see how that works. Grumpy Gamer says Bribina would be like, "Come on, man! I don't understand anything in Russian. What's this earplug? And biggest, the most inclusive voter fraud." Yep.
Yeah. Hail Stone Cold Jeremy. How are you, sir?
Hail Stone Cold Jeremy. Yeah, this is bad comedy. Indeed.
Yeah.
So let's get back to this.
No, Grumpy Gamer says that I got fact checked by Zuckerbook some time ago. I posted a meme with Epstein and Clinton on another picture. They fact checked it by stating there are no logs providing any proof that Clinton flew to Epstein Island. Wow.
Yeah.
Hail Darth Haster.
Hail Darth Haster. Welcome, my friend. RR says, next thing they will say Bribin was just practicing magic tricks with his hands so he can feel up young ladies more stealthily. Well, I mean, they're going to say that he's not doing that too.
Well,
I did not sniff the hair of that woman.
we're gonna tie in some interesting stuff here in a second, folks, because listen, there's no doubt that there is something fishy going on, and you can call it weird conspiracy theories, call it whatever, but one thing that I guess even though the Q movement turned out to be like a hot mess, it turned out to kind of be a bit of a disaster. The one thing it did point out was there are a lot of really unexplained things previously thought of as conspiracies that are actually happening. It definitely lent credence to that. And the important thing here is to pay attention to, like, for example, and I did this image search, and we'll just go through some of these images here. Let me try it.
We'll get there in a second, but the plot thickens on this fact check, Drew. This is gonna,
okay.
You think that what we just read here, and I'll read it one more time. Around the 9-second mark in the Hills video, Biden's hands appear to move in front of the microphones as if they weren't there. There's no denying that it looks strange, but it doesn't prove he's talking in front of a green screen.
I don't know what the hell else is there then.
The plot thickens. The plot thickens. I'm gonna because watch this. This gets great. I'm gonna post a link to the fact check because we're not afraid of that stuff. We aren't.
No.
I don't know. It seems like on social. I'm about to go into a rant. It seems like on social media, these people, whether it be in fandom or whether it be on topics like these, as soon as you catch them in something and you ask a question, they disappear. They block you or something else happens. We're not afraid of that kind of scrutiny. Steve Herman, a Voice America of America reporter who was holding one of the microphones, tweeted about the rumors on March 17th, and I will share the tweet because it is hilarious. So here's their featured fact check. Oh, wait. No, that's a different one. No, I'm going to actually show the tweet because you need the context here. This is hilarious. Watch this. Because it shows the video too. So we've got to have that also.
Yeah. Hail Shellback.
Hail Shellback. Welcome, my friend. So here's what he says. I was holding the lighter colored fuzzy microphone. And that's literally in front of the current executive office holder on the South Lawn. It's all real. Who actually believes this faked moon landing type of nonsense And more importantly, who is spreading it? And he shares the tweet of the video. Watch this. So he's saying he's the guy holding the fuzzy microphone. He's like, so I don't know about you, but right there. Did you see it? He says that he was the guy holding the microphone. Oh, well, maybe he was, but Biden wasn't there, or something wasn't there. So,
not at the moment. Have you just got there? Not at the moment.
Hold on.
Not at the moment.
It looks like some Mystery Science Theater shit.
So, I don't know about you, but if he's equating this to the moon landing being faked, I'm more convinced that the moon landing was faked than ever.
Yeah. It looks like some Mystery Science Theater shit, dude. Come on.
It is. It's terrible. He's like, I admit it looks strange, but I was there. Okay, dude. God, these fact checks are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, I can't even believe it. So yeah, there's
optical illusion. I tell you, RR.
I admit it looks strange, but don't believe your eyes. Yep. What is that? Fucking magic? Yeah. Yep. Black magic at that, says RR. Yep. Optical illusion. So here we go. God, there's just so much. It's hard to cover it all. Herman also shared a video created by Mick West, who writes about conspiracy theories. In the video, West explains that because the microphones were on long booms, which enable reporters to maintain physical distance from the president amid the beer bug pandemic, they give the illusion that something is amiss. What?
Yeah, okay. That's the same as you didn't see a UFO. It's a weather balloon. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He recreated a scenario similar scenario in his own yard and filmed it from different angles. The effect is the same. It does look weird, but once you understand what's going on, it's pretty obvious. Oh, yes, it is. It is pretty obvious. Hold on, let me get. I'm going to look at his video here that he's explaining it. Okay, so let's. I know I'm all over the place and I'm not finishing the article, but I have to see what he says about this in the debunking video, because sometimes these debunking videos are like, "That's not what happened." Let's see this. I often phase through physical objects, Drew. It happens.
Yeah.
You can't question it.
I'm related to Kitty Pryde, so I can do that sometimes as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. So here we go. Whoops. Too many tabs open.
Hail Ken Jackman.
March 16th.
Hail Ken Jackman.
Show evidence of being composited with green screen or similar technology. No. What we see is a large fuzzy microphone cover called a dead cat. This and other microphones are bouncing around just in shot because they were all on long booms because of COVID-19 social distancing.
What the
Biden walks right up to the mics and at one point leans in a little and gestures down with his finger pointing down. His hand now like it's in front of the microphone because it is.
Look at that, the scales off
the
and everything.
So big, it looks like that should be in front of him. So people shout green screen. But it's not. I recreated this in my backyard. Setting up a dummy dead cat on a stand, I walked up and did similar movements with similar results.
Nope, it's not the same at all.
And lots of people fell for it. It does look weird, but once you understand what's going on, it's pretty obvious.
It is pretty obvious.
As usual, the illusion is magnified by poor quality video.
Nice
Dead
try.
cats have very fuzzy edges, so are very hard to compress in video, losing lots of detail. But there's also lots of AP photos of the moment showing he was actually there. And that's really all there is to it. There's actually two shots of this event, and you'd think having two shots would clear things up, but it actually makes people a little bit more confused. Now, you can see in this shot here, we've got one shot from one side and one shot from the other side, and we can see that Biden's hand is in between these two microphones. So in this video on the right, the gray, larger microphone appears behind his hand, And in this video on the left, the black microphone appears like it's behind his hand. But this is a little bit confusing because if we go back to the start of this video, you will see that on this video now, the video that the microphone that you thought was over here is in fact behind his hand. But what's actually happening is actually behind his hand, and you can see this is happening if you just step through things very smoothly and watch the underneath of Biden's hand in this video. You will see the microphone bump into it, and it moves out his pinky a little bit. You see his pinky's tucked in under his fingers, but you'll see the microphone actually bumps into his hand.
No.
And there it is.
No.
Bumping into his hand. And
Nope, I
then the
did
boom
not see
operator
that.
obviously doesn't want to be bumping the president with his microphone, so he kind of moves it back a little bit. And after that, now we just have Biden's hand in between the two microphones.
No way.
So right up here, you see this is behind him. And in this video down below, you will see that the black microphone is now behind him because his hand is in between the two microphones.
Okay, so
that's all that's going on there.
All right, so we've seen there's so much to unpack here. So I love playing these debunk videos because you glean almost more truth from them than you do from the actual video. So I've got a couple of comments on it, and I'd love to hear your take too, Drew, and of course the chat. So when you see him trying to replicate it, first of all, it's very clear that the microphone is physically there. Also, you can see that he's working to avoid the microphone. Biden's not doing that. And also the scale, when he puts his hand in front of the microphone, the scale is completely off in the Biden video. And it's not in his video. In his video, his hand gets larger than the microphone as it moves forward in front of it. So, I mean, it's just hilarious. It's hilarious. It's sad. It's scary also, but it's hilarious. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I think there's something to it. I think that they are absolutely, either that or his physical condition is further gone than what they're letting on.
Oh, that's a given.
Because it's obvious the guy doesn't do press conferences. They're not letting him talk. So what? I mean, the evidence is so overwhelming that they are simulating part of his duties.
Yep.
I mean, good God. And they're not even doing a good job at it. Or there's somebody that, like I said, there's a patriot behind the scenes that is, just saying, haha, fuck you, I'm exposing it, and making little technical gaps so that, can do it on the sly. But I'm telling you, it doesn't make any sense. And the one video, God, if we could get our hands on the one video where the top of his head completely disappears.
Where's that one? I haven't seen that one. Hail radicalized Ryan. Welcome, my friend.
Hail radicalized Ryan. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Geeks Enjoyed Erotica says, I'm no graphic professional. Oh, wait, I am. That looks so doctored. I sent you a link in case you wanted to pop on. Ken Jack Bin says, if this is fake and some sort of thing that even Stevie Wonder can see. Yeah. Well, can he? Yeah, I would. So while you're doing that, I'm going to try to finish this fact check is even more hilarious. The PolitiFact fact check is even more hilarious than the Reuters one. So we watched the video. Herman noted in an email to PolitiFact, even when there's not a pandemic, the booms are regularly used during outdoor helicopter talks due to challenging acoustics. Other images from that day show the current executive office holder, microphones, and reporters from other angles. Yes, we saw that. In this Reuters image taken by photographer Tom Brenner, Bribin can be seen from the side talking to reporters who were standing several feet away with their microphones extended forward. This Getty Images shot photographed by Drew Angerer, shows the current executive office holder standing behind the microphones from below. Yeah, okay. And this clip shows different videos side by side. While the clip that's being shared on social media may look odd, it's not a hoax. It's an optical illusion.
All right,
We rate the claim that Biden faked this interview with reporters in front of a green screen pants on fire.
All right, I have the clip.
All right.
The one where his head disappears. So, let me.
Or says these aren't fact checks; they are Soviet-style Pravda propaganda. Oh yeah, they should hire Baghdad Bob to do their fact checks. Baghdad Bob would be a shoo-in for this type of thing.
Yep. All right. Let me see here. Let me. I gotta share my screen here. Oh man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, this new share thing sucks.
Yeah, I don't like it. They included they have a section where you can share a video or whatever. It's really weird. Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Okay,
okay, I see something.
Let me. Does it show up full screen? Did it show up full screen?
Yeah,
okay.
it's completely maximized.
All right, so pay attention to this. You'll see as he strides across, his head just right there.
Where?
So let's run it back. See, his head disappears right there.
Oh, it does. What is going on?
Yep. Slow-mo.
Whoa. Is Joe Biden an interdimensional demon? Come on, man. Don't be a dog-faced pony soldier.
I mean, that right there.
So Ken Jackman says, I do not support Joe Biden, and I disagree with the assertion that this is some sort of doctored image. Interesting.
That's pretty damn weird.
What is going on?
Look at it. One last time. Look at it again.
It's subtle, but you can see it. You can see how it phases through.
You can see it clearly, yeah.
I think it's further back. Wow. So Ken Jack Ben says he thinks it looks like an overcorrecting white balance because of the wall.
Could be, but
Evening, DJ Odyssey.
Hey, old Deej. Great to see you. Ken, I've used cameras before, and I fucked with the white balance on the camera, and I don't know. I just don't know. And there's other stuff that we're going to touch on here. Like I said, there's some interesting pictures as well, and this has to do more with the White House, but we'll get into those. But yeah, I do believe that they're simming part of this presidency. You can't tell me otherwise. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I am wrong. But I feel like, signs are pointing that, and my own two eyes are telling me that a lot of this stuff is simulated. I mean, just think about the sweeping policy changes we've had in just like a mere couple months. It's been, night and day. And they've taken us so close. I mean, just radical changes, literally radical changes
Mm-hmm.
that normally any sane politician wouldn't even try to make. So,
well, yeah, it's kind of hard. It's like, where do we go from here? I guess we could make fun of him tripping up the stairs a few times. So R says it's just David Copperfield practicing for his next illusion. Yeah.
well,
Come
do you
on,
want to get into these images real quick, Wes?
Sure. Let me go through the chat real fast. Ken Jackman says he has practically white thinning hair that could easily obscure the outline of his head. Well, I don't know, the way that it manifested itself on that very part of the top of his head is what stuck out to me. I mean, it's entirely possible it is the white balance, but I mean, it looked like it turned translucent and you could see what was happening behind the head. So that's what I thought.
Well, here's the thing that bothers me. There's a theory out there that it could be a deep fake, and that deep fake technology has gotten so good that if that's the case, then that is absolutely 100% sinister.
Oh, deepfake technology is amazing. So yeah, R asks, why is Bribin the only president to have this issue? That is a good question.
Thank you. That's even more compelling for the argument. RR, yes. That's a very good point.
Yep, we're living in a silent coup. Yeah, well, it's been happening for a long time, but this is just the fruition of that. These people are disgusting.
Shellback said, it's all totally legit. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Just a lion dog faced pony soldier. Grumpy Gamer says, shooting stars staircase meme. Look for that. It's funny. Okay. So Ken Jack Ben says, are you kidding me? People were saying it was a different Trump based on the color tie he was wearing. That's true. I did. People did say in one of them, I mean, Trump was clearly in front of a green screen for a couple of those press conferences. That's obvious, but I don't know. I don't know about the different Trump. Yeah, see, that's not one that I bought into. I looked at it and it didn't appear to be faked footage to me. So shooting stars, Biden. There is.
All right, well, let's get into these pictures.
God, the world's got to be laughing at us right now.
Now you could see, and I want to talk about the White House because it's been almost since day one, since he took office, it's been like constantly dark. This is as recent as a few days ago. And then let me see if it'll show the other ones. Here's another one.
What?
This one is really telling.
Ooh, yeah. Boy, I could almost use that one as the new image in front of the conspiracy outro with the flames going behind it.
So
Hail Commander Ed Straker of Shadow says, I think Joe Mama Bribin and his wife are demons from the planet Lugnuts from Alec Turdsman Star Trek Diarrhea Universe. Prove me wrong, fact checkers.
This is from March 16th. Okay, this was from 6 days ago, you guys. I mean, you see stuff like this, and it's just like, damn. it's crazy.
Maybe they were having a pizza party.
Now the White House is lit up in green on the 18th. Okay, they had it for St. Patrick's Day. But if you pay attention closely, there's still no lights on. It's just that green light that shine on it. Otherwise, it's still as dark as a tomb.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. This is a day shot, and this is from March 16th. Again, 6 days ago.
Really is dark. Jeez. So, Ken Jack Bin says, things like that are why I object, because there are so many other things you can get them on that have nothing to do with sinister green screens. Well, I mean, I agree, Ken Jack Bin, and we cover that stuff too. But this is, it just adds up. It's evidence of the other stuff, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm just saying. Hey, Keck, how's it going, buddy? Great to see you, Keck 44. Listen, I'm just saying there's a compelling case to be made here. I feel like Stone Cold Jeremy nailed it. They're trying to convince the American public that there's 3 lights when, in fact, there are 4 lights.
Or that there's 5 lights when there are 4 lights. There are 4 lights.
Yeah. And I agree with you. Something sinister is afoot.
What is that sinister thing, though? That is the question.
Well, think about how the military is being systematically dismantled from within by virtue of all these, brand new guidelines that they're being given.
The stand down.
The diversity and inclusion guidelines all of a sudden and everything else. They're essentially weeding out the patriots, and it's bad. Something doesn't add up here, you guys. Why are they making such a concerted effort to all of a sudden, weaken the military so badly from within? Because they're doing it on the personnel side, not on the equipment side.
Yep. Yeah, this is for, and I'll get to Ken Jack Bin's latest comment here in a second, but I have to give a disclaimer first. Hold on. You find the disclaimer. Keep talking, Drew. I'm looking up something.
Yeah, I mean, I just, guys, I'm not crazy. I'm not trying to come off as crazy or anything, but my gut's telling me something's off. That's all I'm saying. And my eyes, looking at all this evidence, well, it lends something to that. That's all I'm saying. Because, I mean, you guys know me. I come on this stream a lot. You guys hang out in my streams. Many of you are friends with me. You know me. I'm a very legit person when it comes to talking about stuff like this. So, I know I'm not crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. I'm not crazy. You're the one that's crazy. Institution.
Eric K says, you are crazy, but we still love you, man. Much love, Eric K. Much love, brother. Tehillim, great to see you, my friend.
Okay, so I want to make sure that we don't run afoul of YouTube. So,
Bear says,
but I haven't gotten down that far yet, Drew. Hold on. Hail Bear, welcome, my friend. Hey, Bear, if you want to pop in, I'm gonna shoot you the link here. Alrighty. So here we go. I want to make sure before I read Ken Jack Bin's comment, YouTube supporting the U.S. election. So over the past weeks and months, we've seen people coming to YouTube to learn more about blah, 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 removing content that violates our policies. Our community guidelines prohibit spam, scams, and other manipulated media or coordinated influence operations. Well, the wrong ones anyway. And any content that seeks to incite violence. Since September, we've terminated over 8,000 channels and thousands of harmful or misleading elections-related videos for violating our existing policies. Probably 77% of those removed videos were taken down before they had 100 views. Good for you. We also work to make sure that the line between what is removed and what is allowed is drawn in the right place. Our policies prohibit misleading viewers about where and how to vote. We also disallow content alleging widespread fraud or errors change the outcome of a historical U.S. presidential election. Or in some cases. So, yeah, that gives you what you need to know. So, all right. So now that we've gotten the disclaimer out of the way, opinion here, YouTube. This is our chat. Almost assuredly something sinister is afoot, but that already happened. It was called the stealing of the election. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Hail, Eric K. Welcome, my friend. There are 4 lights, says Shellback. There. Bear says, I've been telling you both about this stuff. I just don't talk about this in
live.
I'm assuming, live streams. Well,
Darth Haster, that's slander, dude. Body Count was not the first band to do institutionalize those suicidal tendencies. Suicidal tendencies version is still the best.
Yeah, I've got it stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 44 says, I think Eric K has placed a tracking device on my phone. See him all the time in the chats.
Yeah. Borg says, all I wanted was a Pepsi. Just a Pepsi. And she wouldn't give it to me.
That was great. Yeah.
Yep. RR with the fire comment. I love it.
Yep. Whoop. RR says, nothing to see here, folks. Just the globalist takeover of your government by an international cabal of bankers funding the Chinese rise to global dominance. Just don't pay attention. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. So,
boom.
Wear your mask. Shut down the entire economy. It's all part of the plan.
Hail, just another red shirt. Great to see you, my friend.
Hail, just another red shirt.
I knew this would be a killer topic, man. You guys have not disappointed tonight, chat. You guys are awesome. I knew you guys would be up for this.
Yep. I think this was timely. I think we're overdue for a conspiracy. We needed to do one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Now saw that too.
Peripherally, I've been on the road working a lot, so I haven't seen the details on it. Drew, what's happening with that one?
I think he's alluding to they want to pull Marjorie Taylor Greene right out and literally replace her with a Democrat.
Now, she was the one that she was one of the people that supported Trump during his contesting of the election.
They're desperately trying to go after Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert because they are populist America First candidates. They were very hardcore Trump supporters. They're especially going after Marjorie Taylor Greene because she did retweet some Q stuff. Okay, Greene is Georgia. Okay, so this is another one. This must be another one. What's the name of the one from Iowa, DJ? Because I was thinking of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I know they're trying to get Greene out big time. because they say she's racist and the whole 9 yards.
Of course, it's not like it's the same old playbook, and that's why you see the same playbook being used in Hollywood and being used with our politicians. It's all part of the same power structure. It's all a big club, and you ain't in it, as George Carlin said.
Yeah. Which one? What's her name? DJ, if you could tell me what her name is, because then I'd know. But I'm not surprised. Not surprised about it at all.
Obviously have to do the video of Joe Biden stumbling up the stairs here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, okay. I thought he was ratioed really badly on that, but apparently not.
I'm actually excited for that RR. I'm very excited for that.
President Biden trips, not once, not twice, but 3 times as he tries to climb the stairs to Air Force One today. He brushes off his pant leg and continues on. Once at the top, he gives a salute before heading inside the aircraft.
It was very, very windy at Joint Base Andrews, and that may have contributed to it.
He's not the first to trip on those stairs. Last June, Vice President Pence stumbled on his way up the steps. And in 1975, President Ford took a tumble down the stairs in the rain. At 78, Biden is the nation's oldest president. Last November, he ended up in a boot after fracturing his foot while playing with his German Shepherd Major.
Sure.
Stuntman Zachary Huber told us what went wrong today.
Dress shoes, carpet, stairs really doesn't mix very well. He was going up a little quicker, slipped. You can see how his foot kind of rolls over a little bit. It gets a little bit of a tweak. And he tries to catch himself and collect himself and hit the next couple stairs, and it's going to hurt, so he kind of bumbled. It's better to stop and collect yourself right away.
Did they really?
Stop for just a moment.
Wait. Hang on. Did they really have a fucking stunt man on here talking about him tripping on stairs? I didn't even think this was a fact check. Really? They actually got a stunt man to recreate his trip to make it seem like it was normal? What? Oh my God. Wow. I'm in as much disbelief as you guys are. Like, I was like, hold the phone.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know the video was going to go there when I played it. I was like, what? I'm going to post a link to that in the chat as well. Oh, whoops. That's our video.
So, yeah.
Wait, let's see what they say in the remaining 25 seconds here.
As it was nothing more than a misstep on the stairs, and that President Biden is just fine after today's spill. He certainly looked fine when he and Vice President Harris arrived at the CDC in Atlanta before meeting with Asian American community leaders in the wake of the Atlanta shootings.
Does he even know where he is? Did he even know where he was when he got to the top of the stairs? And joining us, my friend LDG Pixels, aka Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica. Hey, man.
How's it going, everybody? Wow, man, you really gave me something to look at there. As soon as I saw that video that you put up of Joe Biden and the microphone, whatever the hell that was, I took a moment to come on because when I see stuff like that, I have to I downloaded that and threw it in my video editing software to tear that up. I don't know what to say, and I'm sorry because I had you muted. Are we still talking about that, by the way?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. That's
all right. Can I share screen real quick? And let's see here. Okay. So the only thing I can see, and we'll do it this way. Share screen.
Hail,
Full
Yvette.
screen.
Great to see you, dear.
There you go. All right. So I went ahead and shared screen. And there's a few things you look for.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Yvette. There's a few things you look for when you're dealing with this kind of thing. And what I can see here is you're looking for deformation of pixels. Okay. So I basically took this, and if you can look at this part where this left microphone goes right behind his hand, you can literally see, and I'll zoom in just a little bit more so you can get, so this can actually be seen.
Oh,
right here. You're getting
Whoa.
cuts. You're getting pixels, edges completely cut out of his border. And that's what, when you're doing green screen, it's all about edges and edge definement. You're also seeing some weird glowing effect around the edges when his shadow comes into play, which only it is. I can't explain it. I mean, the only thing that would make sense if this microphone is so fuzzy that it looks this blurry when they rendered it, and it's actually touching his hand. But it doesn't look like that at all because his hand is moving and you don't see any kind of jittering with the microphone as well that corresponds to him actually hitting it or touching it or any fur moving. But I'm definitely seeing, like right here, you are seeing pixels just completely cut out, which happens when you're green screening. And this happens all the time. It's one of the problems that we have when I'm doing my screen. You have to fine tune it and everything so you don't get pieces of you getting chopped off around the edge.
All right. Chris Knight says he has the answer, Wes.
all right. I'm going to send him a link here. Is he still Chris Knight on Twitter? There we go. Okay.
Real Review 3000. What's up, Chris? And congrats on 5,000, sir.
Wow, way to go. Yep, I just sent you the link.
Hail, Soul Assassin. Great to see you, buddy.
Yeah. Hail, Soul Assassin. Hail, Mikhail Wolf. Hey, Chris.
Thank you.
I just sent you the link.
Okay, so I want you to go back to your video and do that.
I'm hearing an echo. Mikhail Wolf.
I'm
Chris.
still listening over here. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, put up that video again. Zoom in just like you did, LDG. I'm gonna point something out. You should see. You should have seen this. You should have said something, but that's okay. I forget.
This is great.
I actually saw a couple things. I just mentioned the one, but yeah, let's go. Let's see what we can do here.
All right,
zoom in where?
In. I mean, especially right here. Let's just stop right here real quick. First off, notice how defined his suit is.
Okay.
His suit is so perfect and so crisp and so clear in the sense that no, just leave it straight without all the extra stuff. Just leave it straight. I want you to look at his suit, not his head, but his suit. The suit looks like it's literally placed over everything else, but his head doesn't. Now zoom in really quick to that same spot you were at. And I mean, zoom in as far as you were the first time. And especially just now.
Wow.
If you look at his cuff and his suit, you'll notice a defined black line around it.
I see
that
it.
Black line is like a matte line. Correct, LDG?
This is cut pretty weird, and it does have
a matte line. And if you scroll up, stop right there. Notice around his suit, it looks like there's a matte line. Now, today's technology can reduce matte lines infinitely. It's really difficult to pull a matte line, but in many parts of this scene, you can see a matte line.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, I did have one other thing here I was looking at. The thing that gets me is that the pixelation of him doesn't seem to match the pixelation of the rest of the image.
Exactly.
His pixels
if you look at his head,
it's a different resolution.
I think his head is
exactly.
actually there. I think his body and everything else is possibly a lot of that is matted in.
Wow.
Now, I did a thing here, if I can pull it with the levels. And one thing you can do is inside what you have is called levels on an image, which is basically the histogram of the red, blue, and green used to create an image. And if you know how to work the histograms, you can actually see hidden things, or you can see things that are artificial in nature. For instance, certain glares, sun glares, how a sun or light source shines on something. If you have two different light sources shining on two separate objects, they will look different when you mess with the histogram. You can easily tell the shine, and things will get brighter and darker in their own way, depending on what light and what surface. I was able to manipulate this. Second, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. How did I have this? A moment, and you can actually see the outline of his jacket. Whoop.
Whoa.
Yeah, different light sources from different directions.
And you see this. This is where the sun's coming from. Okay, it's actually like 12:15 or 12:30 right now by looking at the shadow of the car. So the light is coming down from here, and you can see that by the white across his shoulder and across his arm, and how the right side is dark. Well, if this is where the light's coming from, why the F is there a freaking outline of darkness around his bright side? This makes no sense.
I could still be matte line.
It wouldn't, because if it's the same, it's not like he is wearing an outline. If it's white here, then it should be white, just like this is.
What I mean,
and
a
this
matte line. If it's cut out and digitally repositioned on there, they would have to do a matte line. And again, matte lines could be infinitely. I mean, okay, everybody knows the THX recuts and special editions of Star Wars. One of the first things they did is they went through that whole space scene, all the space scenes, and cut the matte lines down. They're still there, but they're so finite. The problem here is this is done on a shoestring budget, and you see that line around it all the way around. That is cut. There's a lot of cutting going on.
He is a different color than the rest of the damn image. He is literally like a turquoise, where the car is green. Like, you don't even see that. It's almost like he's under. Look, this lady is green. This lady is deep green. Everything else is green, green, green. But for some reason, he's coming off as a turquoise. I don't know if you're seeing this color differential as well as I am.
Yeah.
But it's almost like he's under a different light. He's not under the sunlight. He's under some light that's emitting more blue than the regular spectrum. It's really weird, the fact that he's glowing a different color right now. If you histogram any other image that's a real image, they all the figures in the image will, when you mess with the numbers, they'll all fluctuate in somewhat the, if they're under the same light, they will fluctuate in the same way. You won't have one person going blue and one person going green unless there's two different light sources. So what the heck is this? What are they doing? This is crazy.
Wow.
Oh, and another thing too, I find it very, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Suspicious that the camera just so happens to cut off his feet.
Well, not just that, but again, here's the thing. Again, you see a defined line around his suit and everything, but you don't see it around his head. So there's multiple layers here. Because look at it, even when his hands are up, you see these.
So Kinjack Bin wants to know if it's possible that that his suit is blue.
When I reset the colors, I don't know. I looked at it. It doesn't look like a blue suit.
And that's
Does that
a
look
very,
PG?
very dark navy.
Maybe.
No, pause it real quick. Because here's the key of what LDG is telling you. You got greens in the background. The greens are the lady in black, the Cadillac in the back that's black. Things that are black are showing up green when he changes color. His suit changes blue. So if it is a blue suit, it is a very, 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 very deep blue.
Damn
Okay.
you, Chris! You just put Clean Strike in my head.
Look at this, right? Okay. I'm fluctuating back and forth, and I want you to look at the foreground microphones. Okay, you see how they're glowing with the rest of the image in the background, but it looks like he, for some reason, is almost fighting it. It's like he's not glowing the same way. I mean,
Well,
he
his
is.
head-
Of course, he's glowing because I'm affecting the entire image.
His head is definitely going out with the rest of the image first, but there's a lot more of him not going out with the image.
But this microphone down here, this looks like this looks just as dark as his suit. It looks like a black microphone. Okay? But that black microphone is glowing. It just something doesn't add up. I don't know what it is. I can't place it.
Yeah.
I really can't place it.
See, now I want to look at the other image where his head got cut off.
Oh, I would
Hey,
love
Bear.
if you can link that to me. I'll put it up on the screen.
No, let me find it again.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Great breakdown. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Bear, what's going on?
Oh man, I broke my other headset yesterday, so I'm using my son's.
Is that Bear? Oh, hey,
Yeah,
man.
what's going on, man?
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I got a new one coming, so I can't wait for it to get here because you cannot hear nothing through this particular headset. I gotta sit here with one ear open because I can't hear myself. It's crazy. It's almost like, you're putting your hands over your ears while you're talking. It sounds weird like that.
Now, see, this lady is standing in a circle, though, right? But if you look at her left, her left shoulder, which is on her right-hand side, you don't see an outline around her shoulder. You see how it's all one color?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see an outlined edge. This is... That looks natural. Completely natural. No question. I mean, her hair is coming down this side, so I can't reuse this side. So you only have this this shoulder to look at, but you don't see any outline whatsoever until you look at this guy's freaking outline. Oh.
Yeah.
There's looks like a green edge on the right side.
A lot of
ugly puke green.
It's just a really... Now, don't get me wrong. The White House has some really good equipment. So we're trying to look past studio quality chroma keying here. Okay? This isn't Joe Schmo in a garage here trying to do a green screen.
Where is this at? Anyway, where was this video taken at?
On the south lawn of the White House, I believe.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to any fucking news. It drives me nuts. I'm sorry. I'm of the mind that if you guys don't understand this, there is no side that's not playing. These guys, listen, I was in the Marine Corps and I did state dinners. I was there at state dinners and I've seen these people
here we go.
handshake and laugh and drink champagne together and act like there was no difference between the two of them.
Oh, it's a big show.
This shows it nicely. Look at the outline on this right
That's what
now.
I'm talking about right there.
Look at that.
That tells me that
that doesn't look cut out. I don't know what is. Especially in the hardest areas are in the crease areas or the where the V shapes. That's the most trickiest part for the software to pick up and key people out. But he literally looks like he has an aura around his body.
Mm-hmm.
All around his body. And you're seeing now, like I said, he's got production level green screen. So it's going to be better than OBS Studio, but they can't get it 100%. They don't have it 100%. And the funniest thing is, if you look at it, it's almost like a magazine cutout. No matter what his point of view is, like if he's changing rotation, it still looks like he is a cut out figure.
Does.
Damn.
So JJ, aka Sith Lord, is asking me to ask you, LDG, to check your backstage.
Hey, Pixels, you still using your LDG Pixels Twitter too?
Yes, that's my primary Twitter, LDG Pixels. Absolutely.
All right, here I linked you the other one.
Excellent. I'll pop it in right now.
So Soul Assassin,
got it.
Yeah, Soul Assassin asks, why would they be faking it? Just asking, because he doesn't have the capability, the faculties to carry out the duties of said office, and they think that they can pull the wool over our eyes. Is my speculation.
All right, to break it down simply, Manchurian candidate, plain and simple. The guy is controlled, 100%, and most of us knew this. Most of us knew this, you guys.
Hey, LDG, I'm supposed to ask you to add me to the backstage also.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, hey, hail, JJ. Good to see you, buddy. We knew that that he was going to be a Manchurian candidate going into this. And the only way he was going to win was through shenanigans. Okay, so now he's in there, and now it's starting to prove out. That's all. I mean, we know where this is going because we have a chat full of smart people. We have a panel full of smart people right now, and I guarantee you, within probably less than a year, Harris will be, the queen dictator. And I say dictator because that's every bit what it's going to be. We are moving to a totalitarian system.
Yep, right there. Yeah,
right here.
Right, a little earlier.
Colors.
Look like the whole scalp disappeared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right about there.
Yeah, right there. Scalp blended in with the paint in the background.
Wow.
That's what you call chroma cam defect.
Looks fake. I mean, he looks like an alien with a human plastic mold on his face.
He looks bald.
Yes.
It looks like some CGI to me.
Okay. The problem with this video is that it is very... Okay, guys, it is 2020. Can we not get a high resolution video of our own president? Isn't that hard? I feel like I'm looking at Bigfoot right now. It's so blurry.
Yeah. Can we get a real president? Can we do that? What?
Whoa, stop.
What is going on in the back of his head? What the hell?
The blur in the back of his head. That's crazy.
What the?
What is going on? Whoa, maybe we are
like
ruled by lizard people.
It's like he's a Membarian.
It's like an Anunnaki or something.
It looks like, if you look at this, it looks like
he looks like a Membari.
It looks like part of his head is missing.
What is going on?
Everybody, I gotta head out. I gotta be up early, and I just thought I'd jump in because I saw that matte line. It was crazy. Look at that. That's crazy right there. I mean, look at that. It's like fucking a square in the back of his head.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Chris. I guarantee you, Chris, as much as you want to go to sleep, you're not going to be able to because this is.
No, I'm going to go upstairs and watch the Justice League again. That's.
There you go. Happier times. All right. Well, go ahead and plug your channel, my friend, before you go.
Yeah, the Real Review 3000, Chaos Central. I got 2 channels. It's a Real Review 3000 and Chaos Central. And make sure that you guys go over there. I just passed 5,000 subs on my main channel here, and I'm trying to get Chaos Central up and going. So, guys, check it out if you would, please. If you feel like subscribing, I appreciate it. If not, I understand. But everybody, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I'm heading out. Okay,
Chris,
Thanks for dropping by, man.
love you. We got to catch up soon.
Take it easy, guys.
Wait, did I stop sharing? What happened? What happened to the video?
No, I stopped sharing. I stopped sharing. Do you want me to reshare, or I mean, if we can find,
is there a higher resolution?
If we can find a higher resolution of that one, I might be able to do more, because the problem is these videos, and the reason why I know why they're blurry.
Well, here's the odd thing about that clip. They've pulled down. They've pulled down pretty much all of the other clips of it. That's the only clip that was left up that I could get to.
Yeah, and it's only 480 resolution, and plus it's been encoded very sloppy. And encoding basically can bleach an entire any kind of editing that we think is editing can now be blamed on bad encoding. And that's why that could explain his hair deforming, because the pixels are so close. The encoder kind of like JPEGs the image, gives it like some what's the word I'm looking for? Artifacts, and it makes it look like something. But if we don't have the high res clear image, I can't say verbatim. You know what I mean? Same thing when we were talking about when Wes was talking about the two different pixelizations of him walking in the background. It's hard to see that when you're looking at an encoded video, because even though if we had the raw footage, we'd be able to see it plain as day. When they re-encode the video file, it kind of bridges the gap and brings them closer together, because it's re-rendering the file pixel by pixel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's very, very, very odd, guys, and gals in our chat, that, that's the only reference I can find to it is that particular video. Funny how the other options aren't available. The higher resolution images makes you wonder.
I have a couple resources if they work. What was the title of that?
I don't know what the title of it was, my friend. I just pixels. I just generally searched for Biden head disappear.
Yeah, Biden's head disappears on video. That's the one that comes up for me. Wow. See, I'm having flashbacks to the Obama birth certificate here, where you could look at all, where you could see where they use the PDF typing tool on a couple of things. Because when you zoom in, because on a typewriter, it strikes and each one is unique. But if you use the PDF typing tool, it's completely black. And you can see where they copied and pasted from one part of the document onto another part of the document so they could have the same typeface. This kind of stuff reminds me a lot of that, what we're seeing.
Right.
Now, what do you think? What do you think about this bear smoking gun?
Well, it's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious on the pixelization and on the manipulation of the video. Don't have to be an expert not to see that.
Hey, if we want to reference that Iowa Congresswoman, if you want to send DJ Odyssey a link, he'll come up and explain about it.
Sure,
because he's got the stuff for it.
Right.
So Deej, if you're still here, yeah, you pop up and fill in the backstory of that.
And the conspiracy account, I have to refollow everyone again. And I just sent it.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I'm still able to message most people, but a lot of people that, that I was previously following, or they didn't follow the new conspiracy account, so I can't DM them. I'm finding that's a bit of an issue. That's why I like Minds. Minds is good.
Well, I just put it in a 3-person chat that DJ is in.
Hail, DJ.
Hey, DJ.
Hail. All right, so the story on this is The Iowa Congresswoman Mariannette Marie Meeks won her election by 6 votes.
Mm-hmm.
The Iowa board did an impartial recount of everything, and that's what the final total was. The state of Iowa certified Meeks as the winner.
Right.
Now, her opponent, Rita Hart, the Democrat, never filed a complaint with the courts or anything else. But now here recently, in the past week or two, she went straight to the House of Representatives and filed a complaint there saying that there was votes that were tossed out because they weren't properly filed that would put her the winner by 9 votes. So instead of going through the whole damn court system like it should be doing, now they want the House of Representatives to take it up and toss out the Republican and install her in place.
Yeah, it was something, I think she tried to use, what was it, the Federal Contested Elections Act.
Yep.
Some very obscure thing.
And of course, with Pelosi in charge of the House, they're trying to push it through so they can toss out another one and install one for themselves.
Oh, of course.
Because they don't like that razor thin margin of only 219 to 211.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be stopping them, the razor thin margin right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, but they probably got some things that they want to vote on that there's a few Democrats scared to vote for.
Oh, yeah.
Because of elections.
Well, DJ, what did you think about our discussion so far about this stuff?
So far, this is like, it's like, damn, there's some weird shit going on. But of course, the social media platforms are going to shut us up. The media is in on it because, hell, do you hear them complaining that Biden hasn't gave a press conference yet?
No.
Mm-mm.
The only one that I see that kind of throws a reminder out there every day is Jack Posobiec. And hail to Jack. He's a good friend of all of ours over at Pounding. He follows all the writers, and we all follow him. And and he's been on our streams before, and he said that there's some interesting things afoot.
You don't see the media complaining about the administration saying that there should be no reporters checking in on all these immigrants.
Well, you know what that is setting up for, right? I mean, you guys know what that's setting up for. They intend to keep themselves in power for decades.
Bingo hall fraud.
Huh.
Look at
the bingo hall raffle fraud.
Yeah.
The raffle. Yeah, the raffle was rigged. So this is something that Grumpy Gamer just shared. And it's funny because they actually do the effects better in this meme than I think we saw with Biden. And it was hilarious, so I had to share it.
All right.
I might have to mute the sound, but you get the idea. Watch this. And you could see some of the same effects that we were just talking about in these.
That's gold. That is gold.
Oh man, this is great.
Dude, that meme is so good.
Oh yeah.
So the question is, which Air Force One did he get on?
Oh,
did he get on the big one or the small one?
Oh man, yes, red shirt. That is a very good comment right there. Yes,
I still like the Mario Kart one where Mario's throwing out the bananas, making them slip.
Love to catch that one.
I didn't see that one yet. Oh man. Well, there's one that has Trump just throwing shit at him repeatedly, which is great.
Well, the Trump one hitting the golf ball in the back of his head too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man.
That's hilarious. I'm going to share that far and wide. See, stuff like that red pills people enough on stuff or gets them looking into things.
Well, I mean, it's just plainly obvious that now, yeah, they're trying to move us to a totalitarian government, and and they're telling you with the absolute disaster that's going on at the border, they remember that was the first thing that they reversed. One of the very first things they reversed, because it ensures them voters for decades. They never run out of a voter pool.
I don't know what pisses me off.
That also tells you they're in a state of panic too, DJ, because there's too many people waking up to the fact something's going on.
I don't know what pisses me off though is they keep yelling over and over and over about this bug thing. Yet, how many illegals did they test positive and take straight to a bus station?
Tons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You had the pink elephant.
It's like crazy.
Yeah, this whole thing is crazy.
Well, it really is, but I think there's some more sinister things tied to it.
Oh, yeah.
So, funny thing, I found a higher resolution video of that scene of him in front of the helicopter and the microphones. But it's definitely higher resolution. But guess what's blocking his hands when he walks up to the microphone?
A logo.
Yeah.
A lower thirds is blocking that whole area. I'm like,
and I'm sure that's by design.
That's supposed to say, totally by design.
Wow.
Well, that ought to tell you right there, then, that there's manipulated stuff going on.
Interesting question, though. Has Biden been released? Now, I was the person who asked earlier, like, why are they doing this, right?
Yeah, I think that was Soul Assassin.
Has it been known or revealed or whatever? Has Biden gotten the beer bug yet?
No, he hasn't.
He supposedly got vaccinated, although he couldn't remember that he got the jab.
True, but even if you, right? I mean, even that, they might not want him to get it, even if he got vaccinated. Because even if you get vaccinated, doesn't mean you can't get the virus. You're still going to get the virus, and even if you have the vaccine, if your immune system is low, you can still have bad symptoms. That's only works for young people who has a very strong immune system. You have a lot of white blood cells going on. If he has that compromise, he has a low T count, right? Having the vaccination might not even matter. He might have a risk of dying or going to the hospital, or I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. Maybe they don't want him to get it. Or risk it, because he was pretty close to those people, even with the mask.
I don't think that's the motivation for it. I honestly think they really wouldn't mind having Kamala in, but I think they like having. Well, I mean, look, they basically, put a corpse in there, so
yeah,
they're going to weekend at Bernie's this for 2 years before they can install Kamala.
Yep, 2 years, and the thing is, what I think is happening is the fact that again, they are building a totalitarian system for when they make that change. And there's going to be even stricter policies because we're already approaching Minority Report levels, man. You know, you're essentially getting into the realm of thought crime now because there's nothing you can say anymore that, you know, you're not guaranteed free speech right now. At least not in the court of public opinion.
Hey, Drew, when my kids had their checkup, I asked the doctor about mRNA as an ingredient in the vaccine. Didn't deny it.
Right.
Didn't tell me I was wrong, because you know how doctors are. They love to tell people they're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did not deny the ingredient in the pink elephant vaccine.
And what the hell is that proposal they're trying to pass through the House and Senate now to where all the elections in every state gets run by the federal government?
Oh, yeah. They want HR1, DJ.
Yep. They want to pass that before the next election, so then they're in control.
Exactly.
Which is unconstitutional. The Constitution says that the states determine that stuff, but hasn't stopped them in the past.
Yeah, Tehillim corrected me. He says it's more like a technology totalitarian. Yeah, it's like a tech oligarchy. Tehillim, yes.
Technological.
Yeah.
Totalitarian system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beginning of the Borg.
Getting awfully close to Prometheus speech.
Oh boy. But no, I mean seriously, we're approaching thought crime territory, and it's crazy. You know, China's sitting back, and they're just laughing at this point because you know, I mean, we're a joke. They don't have to fire a fucking shot.
We're already in thought crime territory with all these platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, corporate socialism is gonna corporate social media is going to corporate social media is gonna affect us in a huge way if we don't change something soon. Any platform that has a terms and conditions isn't a true public platform. And I mean, we're seeing this, the fact that we don't have a true public platform and real freedom of speech. This is why we have things like cancel culture. You know, Gina Carano never would have gotten fired if she had a true public forum to speak in, because she never would have gotten associated. You know, she had to say something on her account, which directly linked her. She didn't have true freedom of speach.
You know,
all the stuff that we're seeing is a side effect of that.
The Roman Empire had their version of cancel culture. And they controlled their version of cancel culture with the gladiator coliseums.
Well, they had these things called proscriptions, yeah, where they would basically non-person you, the Roman Senate, and it even encouraged family members to kill the person because they would inherit the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't that what's going on right now, like on Twitter?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what's going on right now. And the fact that we're not doing anything about it is really scaring the living hell out of me. The fact that no company is doing anything about it, they're all, you know, whether it be Zuckerberg or whoever, they're riding the wave. They're all doing the same thing. Even Parler is not a true public forum, but they're under the guise of trying to be one.
Well, you know, they just now, you know, now that they started going after, there was already articles coming out today. They started going after like Christianity hardcore, saying that it's racist and everything. You know, I'm getting really sick of this whole intersectional and identity politics. You know, when we moved to that type of politics, it absolutely just decayed society.
Yeah.
Because it gave all this shit the in and it just, you know, politics was so much better before identity politics.
It was. Well, what's
Like I
different
said-
about, you see, what's different now, you know, I mean, it is the cancel culture. You know, an average guy can get hate mobbed and have people contact their work and try and get them fired. I've actually been through a couple of those. It's not really fun.
Yep.
And,
Same here.
you know,
Same here. I had I had one of my CEOs for my clients call me and said that people were calling them, saying just straight up lies about me. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And that's a version of cancel culture. It might only be one or two people that I pissed off online, but there are people out there, and there's, for every one person out there, there's a million out there. And when you're on a platform like this, you seem to strike them all. You know?
Well, it's not just on the platforms though, LDG, because what happens is it starts here on Twitter, and a mob starts, you know, coming after you, and then, you know, then all the little shill, like, left-wing, like, journalism outlets pick it up, and they start writing shit, you know, hit pieces about you, and it just, you know, it snowballs. It sucks, but yeah, you know, it seems like all that progress and all the shit that the government was trying to say that they were doing, that they were grilling the tech companies and threatening to pull the 230 protections. Well, that all, like, just came screeching to a halt, didn't it?
Oh, that needs to happen. Well, okay. The 230 should exist, but those who go under the guise of a public platform but are in fact private editors need to be put in their place. The problem is they can't, if they're put in their place right now, it could quite possibly cause the end of Twitter. Twitter could take their money and run. And imagine if Twitter closed tomorrow. Imagine if Minds closed. Imagine if the 5 top social medias said, F this, we're closing up, taking money and run. And we wake up tomorrow without a Facebook, a Twitter, a Parler, a Minds, and they're just gone because the government forced them and said, okay, you're no longer getting protection, and they just take their money and run. We need something to replace it. We need a true public forum. We need a user end program that allows us to connect to the internet instead of the internet connecting to us. The internet is supposed to be us. This is what pisses me off as a computer nerd, is that I look at the internet, and I'm back in the day when pretty much only nerds actually used the internet. Today it's taken for granted, and people think because you go to .com that you're on the internet. No, you're on the internet the second your computer turns on. You already on the internet. You know what I mean? It is Facebook.com is not the internet. Your computer plugged into the network. You're already the internet. You are the internet. Your IP address is there. You can do so much, but you have this corporate social media and people being one-sided capitalism, as I like to call it, creating these funnels for millions and millions of people to use, and then corrupting the system and you know what I mean, like, you know, banning accounts and putting you in Twitter. What is the point of Twitter jail if you're just going to get out of it 10 days later? Do you really think anything's the thumbs up and thumbs down, right? People think, oh, the thumbs up and thumbs down on YouTube is an awesome feature. I can help channels by thumbs upping and thumbs downing. Well, guess what? They don't do jack squat for the videos. All the thumbs up and thumbs down does is label you, the viewer, as a liker or disliker of a particular topic. So if you go to a bunch of videos that talk about a particular topic, ones that I won't mention because the algorithm's listening to us right now, you get labeled as that kind of viewer. What's the first thing you see when you click a thumbs up? What's the first thing you see on the screen? Added to your liked videos. You. When we're looking at our channel hosts, when we're looking at our analytics, thumbs up and thumbs down plays a very little role whatsoever on our analytics. It is literally like one little section, and that section doesn't mean jack squat.
Because, if it actually meant anything, it'd be included with all the other analytics.
Right.
Yeah. But it doesn't make sense either because it's a contradiction. People love to hate. So why would you give a negative to a video or channel if you have viewers that love to watch channels and thumbs down them? They'll not only thumbs down them, but they'll watch the whole damn video. They love to hate. WWE, I love to hate Edge. I hated Edge. I almost stopped watching WWE because of that guy. And then I realized, oh my God, he is awesome. I love to hate this guy. And I kept watching WWE just to hate the hell out of Edge. Okay? Perfect example. Same thing with YouTube videos. How many streamers that have thousands of viewers get thousands or hundreds of downvotes, but they're watching it every single time. They go back to hate it. People love to hate. No, not okay. That was a little bit broad what I just said right there, but I hope you understand what I meant.
I got it.
But yeah, to bring it back to the topic though,
Sorry, yeah.
there's a lot of really eerie shit going on right now with our government, and I think people are worried in the way that it's headed. And we've said this plenty of times. It's headed for a second American Revolution, boys. It's where we're at. So question is, folks, are you ready? Because it may be coming.
I don't think anybody can be ready for that. But yeah, I mean, I think the best way to achieve, something like that, you got to have at least your local officials on your side. And if you even do a kind of, if you look at who most of the district attorneys are, or I mean, some of the sheriffs seem to be okay, but and some of your local elected officials, it's like Harvard, Yale, they all come from that same system, so what we really would need would be for the states to get on our side, and the states to say, through the constitutional process, just go back to constitutional government.
Well, the thing is too, Wes. What's funny, as far as a lot of the incidents taking place on the streets right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just imagine if we had the mafia back? It would be a lot more simple, because at least when the mafia was around, other than them committing the crime, the street crime was way the hell down. Because the mafia didn't like people infringing on their territory. The mob policed in their own way.
Well, the mob took over Hollywood, and that didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
Well, now that I think what I think I'm seeing possibly is that the mob being replaced by corporate social media. Look what happened in Gina Carano. A lot of people think that the worst thing about that story is that she got fired because of what she said. That is not the worst of it.
Well,
the worst thing is she got fired because they told her what to say.
Right.
And that is 10 times worse than judging somebody off what you said. They try to force her to tweet something word for word what they wanted her to say. And if you ask me, that is what pissed me off. I could not believe it when I heard that bit.
Well, I'm also talking about what's happening at street level with all the violence and everything. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just seems to me like there was a little more order when the mafia was around. That's all.
But Heretic, it's one and the same. What happens on social media almost dictates what happens when you walk out your front door. When you get labeled like that, you walk out your front door, everybody knows now. It's getting to the point where your reputation is based. It's just like, you guys ever watch Black Mirror? That episode with the thumbs up and that one episode with the, oh, thank you. And I gave you a thumbs up and thank you. I gave you a thumbs down if you said something bad. And then depending on your social score, people treated you like crap. You couldn't get a loan. I mean, it's getting to that point. We had, who was it? Oh, crap. I don't remember the baseball player's name. Hank. I remember it was a baseball player, a famous baseball player, had his life insurance denied because of his social media post.
Wasn't that Kurt Schilling?
Someone, yes. And it's an article. Look it up. NBL baseball player.
Yeah, it was Kurt Schilling.
MLB. Yeah. And he got his life insurance canceled because of his social media post. Are you kidding me?
That's
and
insane.
It's going to get to the point where imagine going to like your local grocery store and not being able to get food. You get, because remember, this is a right to serve state. You walk into a place, they can tell you to get out. I don't want to serve you. Leave. And they don't need a reason. You know what I mean? They can say, I don't want to serve you. Please leave. Imagine if that started happening, if that ever got linked to your social media profile or social media as a whole because you got labeled by guilt of association.
A lot of that going on.
Kurt Schillings, yeah. AGI, yep. We're so close. I'm scared. I'm literally scared.
Well, that's
the professional DC politicians on the left are leading the way for this stuff. And there's a reason why I say it like that, because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
They've even targeted people with banks to stop people from even being able to use a bank because of their views.
Oh yeah, they've weaponized banks, Deej. Yeah, that's without saying right now.
I heard they're weaponizing banks right now to try to kill Bitcoin.
Well, listen, the next thing, and this kind of touches on what you were bringing up, LEG. We're going to wind up going into that whole thing like China has right now with the social media score. You're going to wind up with the social credit score just like Chinese have.
Yep. And it only takes, and the thing that pisses me off, because the way the platforms are designed, and they're designed only to help out the creator, not the user. A person can lie, and how many times have we seen a video about this? I mean, recently, we've seen a few of them, actually, where a lie is getting people in trouble. Like, straight up, just, what do they call it? Not cancel culture, but like a full-on assault, like a social assault of spreading a particular lie about somebody. And it doesn't matter if it's true or not, doesn't matter if there's evidence or not, just the mere accusation is destroying people's lives, destroying their image, their reputation, putting in question, and causing them absolute hell. And we're seeing this. There are people doing videos about it, stories about it. We're seeing the tweets going back. The funny part is we're actually seeing it. So if you're on Twitter, you've seen the crossfire of tweets. It's not like you're just hearing it like somebody makes a video and says, so-and-so is attacking so-and-so and said so-and-so. You are seeing those tweets go by left and right with the story. Yeah. But, it's like I said, we really do. What I think will fix it all, and we really need to weaponize freedom of speech. It's our primary. There's a reason why it's, numero uno rulo in America. Okay, the right to express yourself, the right to, and people don't get what freedom of speech actually means. Some people don't understand what freedom of speech means. Freedom to speak without consequence. And a lot of people say, well, shouldn't be allowed to say bad things. No, listen, the problem with freedom of speech is giving people the freedom of speech. But with freedom of speech comes the freedom to listen. Okay. And that means if you know someone is saying something you don't want to hear, you should be able to control hearing from that person or not, or seeing that person, not blocking them. The way Twitter does, by letting people block people, I think that's horrible. because you're not blocking that person. You're not getting blocked from that person. You're getting blocked from everybody that person follows, like on their tweets. You know what I mean? So I can't comment on you if you block me. Even if I have, I should have the right to counter anything that you say, especially if you're saying something about me. But because you block me, now you shut me up and I can't defend myself. Now, whether you don't want to see me, that's fine. You should be able to, if you want to shut me off so you don't see me, that's fine. But all the other people that you're attacking them, you're attacking me by spreading a rumor about me or someone else, they can't see me defending myself and, and having freedom of speech. That's wrong. It's a shame.
There was a miniseries back in 1987 that kind of foreshadowed a lot of this, starring Chris Christopherson. It was called America, but it was spelled with a K.
Yeah, I've talked about this before. Yeah, on the show. Yep, that is exactly what we're going through right now.
Last year I purposely had to hunt to buy that miniseries because I remember it when I was a kid, and people should really watch that because sure, the Soviet Union isn't around anymore, which was the premise on how they took over America, but the steps that are going through on how they did take over is what's going on today.
Hey, do not doubt that all the old communist agents that are working here in this country, they're still here.
True.
They're still here. They're still doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I think they still believe in communism, probably.
Yeah, it was
there's a lot of bad things going on with communism, I think.
The whole miniseries was 14 and a half hours, but I recommend it to anybody to watch because it holds up true.
Yeah, let me find a trailer for that. I've mentioned actually that miniseries on the show before.
4 hours, you said?
It's 14 and a half hours.
14? Okay. Oh, a miniseries. Okay.
It's a big miniseries.
Yep. Here, let me it really is. Ooh, it's just so dead on what's happening.
I wonder if it's worth if it's worth a watch party. I'll look into it.
Possibly.
That would be a big watch party.
Oh
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Here's the trailer for it.
America, 1997. After 10 years, Soviet occupation.
That volume maxed out by chance?
Yeah, it is. I think it is.
About freedom in a land called America. Every Milford I ever knew about was good, loyal American. You lived your life like it didn't give a damn what I did. I was trying to stop him. You lost the land.
You don't own me.
Ooh.
It doesn't mean you can do anything you want. One day, you're going to have to choose.
We're not even anything. We don't know what the hell we're for or against.
I need to make love. Maybe if we don't do it now, we'll never get a chance. Maybe we'll be killed trying to get home.
Stop it. America has lost. You had political freedom, but you lost your passion. How could we not win?
Mm-hmm.
Never thought of myself as patriotic or anything. I always just thought of myself as me.
All you have to do to be safe is jump in bed.
How the hell would you know? Was that the plan all along? You just neglected to tell me you were.
So that's a puppet candidate.
Of course not. Where was all that patriotism when it counted? Where was that willingness to sacrifice?
I don't think I know you anymore.
So yeah, the Chris Christopherson guy is basically a guy that got the election stolen from him, I believe. Doesn't that sound familiar?
It's funny, huh? Bunch of huge coinky dinks.
And all the socialists were put in place in Congress, and As soon as the election was poof, they just dissolved everything and turned it over.
I do believe that series is available on Prime.
Yeah, God, it's been so long since I've seen it, but my recollection is that the puppet character won, and they gave as a reward, he got to control Heartland, I think.
Yeah, because the country is split up into like 6 sections.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Life imitating art. Yeah, Jericho. Oh, Jericho is a good one too. Yeah, Jericho is a really good one.
Jericho. And Jericho, that was actually the corporation doing that one.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Wow.
Too much fun.
Way too much fun. Wow. So, I think this is a good place to kind of call it a night. Dude, this has been an amazing stream. Thanks for coming on. Let's go ahead and go around the horn here and plug our channels, starting with Bear.
Well, you can find me on my channel, and sometimes I sing, and sometimes I play songs, and we talk about TV shows, and you can catch us on the late edition on Saturdays, and every now and then you'll find the Four Horsemen. So we'll see you then. Chat, stay wonderful.
Thanks for hanging out, Bear. And DJ Odyssey.
I'm the odd one, DJ Odyssey. You can find me over on DJ Odyssey. You can find me on a bunch of other streams every once in a while. Here, there, and everywhere. And at some point at the end of this week, we're going to do like a little Godzilla talk.
All right. Sounds awesome. So go ahead and check out DJ Odyssey. And up next, LDG Pixels.
Hey guys, what's going on? You can find me over at LDG Pixels, educational channel for tech support, and on Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica, where nerding out is a turn on. It's not porn, it's Nerdrotica. I host a waiting room, let you know who's streaming, who's going to stream, and who uploaded. I also do watch parties and Free the Net, Project Prometheus. Thank you very much for having me, boss. It was a great stream.
It was a great stream.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was.
And next up is our good friend, Drew Taylor, a.k.a. Supreme Heretic.
Well, hey, guys. Listen, make sure that, as always, keep your eyes and ears open. Pay attention to what's going on around you, because it's easy to fall into our comfort zone as we watch our favorite channels and think about the pop culture aspect, but we can't lose sight of what's going on in the world and what's going on in current events. And yeah, there is a lot of things once thought conspiracy that are now reality. And we have to continue to try to, in our best effort, wake up our brothers and sisters. We must. That's paramount right now. And, not to riff on Alex Jones, but yes, it's a war of information. It is indeed an information war, and we need to win that. And the only way we're going to do that is winning hearts and minds. So keep that in mind. Even the smallest voice makes a difference. So get involved if you can. You can catch me on my YouTube channel at Supreme Heretic. Follow me on Twitter at Supreme Heretic. I write for Bounding Into Comics. We have Wednesday Bounding Live. I also have my talk show on Redline Radio, 2 hours of conservative talk, no holds barred. And then on Sunday, a project I'm putting together, we're going to have a stream, and we are going to talk some really real world issues, specifically about the Asian community. I'm going to have on a number of Asian contributors and creators from our community. I've got Geeky Pixie that's going to come on. I've got OG Star Wars because she's Filipina as well as native. I've got Donald Edmonds, my colleague from Mounting Into Comics. He's also a Filipino as well as Caucasian. And we've got Spencer Bakuli that'll be on there, my other colleague from Mounting Into Comics. And you know, it's going to be a great panel, and I've got some guests that I'm still trying to track down for that. So that's going to be a good discussion. That's going to be next Sunday. I'll probably do that around 6 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a great dinner time convo. I'm definitely looking forward to that. We're going to address violence in the Asian community and also speak out against the fact that our community, particularly Asian folk, are being used right now as political props. And we don't really stand for that. So we're going to blow the lid off that entire thing. So if you have the opportunity Sunday, please come watch. Appreciate that.
And if you don't tune in, alarms will sound.
Nice. Awesome. Well, dude, this is an amazing stream. Thanks so much to the panel, DJ Odyssey, Bear, Nerd Fun, LDG Pixels, Drew, Supreme Heretic, and of course Chris Knight for dropping in. I'm going to go ahead. This is going to show up on the Conspiracy channel, so make sure that you are subscribed to that channel. You can catch the replay there. If you like what you've seen here on the Conspiracy, be honored if you'd consider liking the video, sharing the video, and of course subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. We do have the best chat on YouTube. We love you.
Yeah, thank you guys.